In the last lecture, I explained the overview of urban infrastructure and rural infrastructure in India. Now we are going to study the special economic zones. It is called, the short form is SEZ, S-E-Z, SEZ. You are ready to write? So special economic zone is also short form is SEZ. It is an area in country that is subjected to different economic regulation. As the name itself is explaining, it is an area in the country that is subjected to different economic regulations than other regions. So it is an area in the country that is subjected to different economic regulations than other regions within the same country. It's specially to attract the foreign investment, foreign direct investment. These are the area which are made specially to attract the direct investment from the foreign. So FDI, foreign direct investment, is called the FDI.
Yes, sir.
It is specially marked territory. It is specially marked territory of small area of country with special people lives in, within the national border of the country. It is the special marked territory of small area of the country with special people lives in within the national border of the country, that has more liberal economic laws. Than the rest of the country. More liberal economic laws than the rest of the country. Says benefits the income tax exemptions for the SEZ unit. Who open the unit, anything, any industry, any business under the SEZ, they give the benefit in the income tax. Then development of infrastructure, creation of the employment opportunities, promotion of the exports, promotion for the exports, export services, and promotion of investment from foreign services as well as from the domestic also. Any individual company or partnership firm can apply for the opening the unit in the SEZ area. The application is made to concern state government and board of approval. There is a board who approve. If anybody applies to open the unit, the board is approved for the same, because there are so many benefits. To avoid that the false people get the loan and get the advantage and they don't do anything, government create a board, so the proper person can take the advantage of this thing. The Special Economic Zone Act 2005, it is a Act 2005 because it was passed by the Parliament in May 2005. Areas in our country India, like the Noida. In the Noida, there is a SEZ. In the Visakhapatnam, because the big dock is there in the Visakhapatnam. Chennai also is the same. So Noida in the UP, the Visakhapatnam in the Andhra Pradesh, Chennai in Tamil Nadu, and Surat in Gujarat, and FALT says in the West Bengal. Also the Reliance in the Jamnagar. Now there are again three types of this it can be classified in the three types. So number one is free trade zone. FTZ is called the free trade zone. It is a zone at any location where goods can be shipped, handled and manufactured. It is a zone at any location where goods can be shipped, handled, manufactured, reconfigured and re-exported without the involvement of the custom agency. Without the involvement of the custom agency, they have that advantage. Signed by India in 1998 with Sri Lanka, free trade zone FTZ or free trade area, it also called the FTA also, the same thing, FTA or FTZ, it is the same thing. Free trade area or free trade zone, one and the same thing. So don't confuse. So it is signed by India in 1988 with the Sri Lanka, followed by South Asia. The free trade agreement. The free trade agreement which was signed in 2004 and in 2005 it is signed with the Singapore and later with the Association of the Southeast Asian Nationals in 2010. The world's largest FTA regional comprehensive economic partnership RCEP, regional comprehensive economic partnership, the largest, is the world's largest free trade area. According to the World Bank, its signatories had a total GDP of 25.84 trillion in 2019. According to World Bank, its signatories had a total GDP of 25.84 trillion in 2019, where 15 nations were included in. Now the second is the EPZ. EPZ is the export processing zone. EPZ is the export processing zone. They import the raw material and process them. They import raw materials, then process them and export to the world market. These are the special economic zone designed by the government. These are the special economic zone designed by the government to promote the export-oriented business. This zone offers a number of incentives to the company. These zones offer a number of incentives to the companies. Due to that incentive, the people are attracted to open the business in this area. So the development of that particular area or that city or that metro is going on because of these industries or businesses. So these zones offer a number of incentives to the companies that set up operation within them, including tax breaks and exemption from certain labor laws also. EPZ is a customs area where one is allowed to import plant. It is a custom area where one is allowed to import the plant, machinery, equipment and material for the manufacture of the export good. So it is the custom area where one is allowed to import the plant, machinery, equipment and material for the manufacturing of the export goods under security without payment of the duty. Means in the other area it requires to pay the duty. The duty is now the Trump and India, that America, India is in the current situation, they are not agree with each other because Trump increased the duty very much. It was previously less for the India, but he asked the same for the every country. The first EPZ in India was established in Kandla, Gujarat in 1965. The first EPZ in India was established in Kandla, Gujarat in 1965. India was the one of the first country in Asia. India was the one of the first country in Asia to recognize the benefits of EPZ, means export processing zone, for promoting the exports. These areas are situated in the country generally at the border, as we are talking about the import exports, so generally they are near the border, so it is easy directly to transfer the goods to the foreign. Within the country, why to pay on the transportation? So they are generally located near the border, so they can directly transfer to the other countries, oftenly near the ports and airports. Because in the other country generally we cannot send the goods by the road, except some country like the Nepal and Pakistan, Bhutan, they are very connected with the road, otherwise the sea in it between, so it is not by the road, they are on the ports and airports. You can transfer the thing by air or by ships. They offer a streamlined environment for international trade and commerce. They offer a streamlined investment for the international trade and commerce. They promote economic development and attract the foreign investor also. Just we study the two areas, FTZ, Free Trade Zone, and the EPZ, Export Processing Zone. So what is the difference between these two areas? The goods import to a free trade zone, means FTZ, be re-exported without any processing. In the FTZ, the good, you can import the thing from one country and export it to another country without any processing. The same thing you can import from one country and take the profit and export to the another country, that is the FTZ. But in the EPZ, as the name itself suggests, it is the export processing zones, means goods exported by the units in the EPZ are expected to have undergone some value addition, by processing. Means if you purchase raw material something, you add something, and if you export this thing, that is the EPZ. That is the difference between FTZ and EPZ. So now the third one is the FEZ, Free Economic Zones. The Indian first FEZ, Free Economic Zone, was established in 1960 to boost the exports. It was arranged in the meeting for the NRI in the Bhopal. If you have read in the paper, the Bhopal it was arranged in the Bhopal after few days ago. So FEZ means Free Economic Zones. India's first FEZ established in the 1960 to boost the exports and industrialization. Over the years, means after 1960, the government expanded these zones and introduced a range of incentives, and after 1960 the government expanded these zones and introduced a range of incentives such as tax benefit, duty free import and export, tax benefit, simplified the custom procedure. They simplify the custom procedure because it was very tedious in the previous years. Now they are making it easy, attract the people in this field. for the infrastructure support.
Sir, one doubt.
Hmm?
Sir, doubt.
Yes.
Sir, what are duty-free imports and export?
Means there is some charges. If you bought something from the other country, you have to pay some duty apart from the some tax. It is called a duty. It is 18%. Just the Trump declared that I will charge the 18% for if you import the thing there, and if you purchase the thing from. So you have to pay the duty. That is called the export and import. That are the taxes.
Okay.
So as I already explained you, there are top 10 numbers in India. These things are Noida in the UP, Kandla in the Gujarat, Vishakhapatnam in the Andhra Pradesh, Chennai in the Tamil Nadu, Cochin in the Kerala, Santa Cruz in the Maharashtra, Falta in the West Bengal, Surat also in the Gujarat, and Indore in the MP. Indore is also in the MP is the FEZ zone in the Indore. Now in general, as I told you, it was started in year 2005. There was no custom duty, no excise duty, no income tax. Minimum alternate tax was there. There was a minimum alternate tax. No dividend distribution tax. No dividend distribution tax. In the country, in the Russia, it has 16 federal economic zone. In the Russia, there is a 16 economic zone and several regional projects. As March 2010, Russia Federal Special Economic Zone hosts 2,000 investors from 18 countries. They host in 2010. They invite the people from the different country. So out of means there was a 207 investor were joined this from the different 18 countries in the Russia. The SAES also facilitates the road, the water, the transport, because they make the special rail line up to that area. So they who open the unit there, they can easily transport their goods in from because everywhere there is a border is not possible. In the MP, we want this thing in the every states to promote the things for the development of the every state, but every state is not near the border. So the train or some airport facility is available to transport the thing from country to within the country. So they lay the special lines for this area. In the Rajasthan, I saw the third line. Nowadays previously it was the goods train running on and the passenger were running on the same track. But now they are laying for the goods, the special lines they are laying, because they are earning, the railway is earning from the transportation of goods only, and by the passenger they are not earning, they are in the loss. They are doing it for the charity or means for the help of the country people. So passenger trains, they are not giving the profit, they are in the loss. So goods train, sometimes they give the every time means previously they give the priority to the passenger train, so hold the goods train. So it was delaying the things. So it creates a huge loss, because in the one train you can imagine, even in the one bogie there is how much material, and there are 60-70 bogies in a one train. So delayed by 2 hours or something, it make a very loss to the country. So they mind this thing, and now they are laying the third train for the goods. So it will not affect by the passenger trains, and they will not delay, so recompensate the loss. In India at present 8 economical zones are functioning. 8 economical zones are functioning in the India. In the your syllabus, they are also covering the organization in this field. So you know the many organization in this, they are very big people are doing this thing, means the like the Reliance Group, like the Adanis, and these are the very big shots, but there are so many numbers of the L&T, like so many groups are there in the country. So you can write the names by in different area, they are different. These peoples I told you are the nation wise or international, but there are some many peoples in they are in the their name is like the Agrawal movers and breaker, like they are in the particular states they are famous, so you can write those name also, and they are doing the well, like the also the Hindustan Construction Company, HCC, Hindustan Construction Company, L&T, as I told you, Larsen and Toubro, it is also a well. Then Rail Vikas Nigam, there is a Nigam created by the government, is the Rail Vikas Nigam, promote this thing. Then IRB, some infrastructure development. Reliance is also there. HFCL, then NBCC, there are IRCO and IRCON. There are so many big persons are there involved in this field. It requires a huge investment to start this field. It requires a huge investment. So in the government, in the India, the government encourage the private sector participation in the road development through public-private partnership, PPPs. I think you have studied in the BTech also these things. The India government has encouraged the private sector partnerships in the road development and also other field also. So it is called the PPPs, means public-private partnership. The goal is to improve the quality of the infrastructure. Improve means also improve, and anybody can come to start the thing, and he get keep the fees on that and get the cost. So everywhere so government have not so many funds. In nowadays the taxpayers are increasing, but previously the funds shortage was there for the development of the country. So this idea was very good. There are many big peoples are there. They invest the thing for the project, then they take the charges from the public, and they get their money back with the profit, with the large profit. So therefore within the 10-15 years, the development of the country, you can judge it is very much high as in compared to the previous days. Now privatization of the road, transportation infrastructure in India. There is a one top heading in the module 1 is the privatization of the road transportation infrastructure in India. It means shifting the responsibility regarding the provision of transportation to the public. The government transfer its responsibility to the private person. As we are nowadays, we are very much aware. If you go by the road in the highways, there is some toll booths are there, and they charge the tolls because the roads were constructed not by the government. Somewhere the construction is done by the government, so those are not the toll road, but for the important road, the construction is made by the private people, so there are tolls. So they invest first and then recollect the same thing from the people. Since the 1995, the transport sector of India formed the fastest growing area for infrastructure. Since 1995, the transport sector of India formed the fastest growing area for infrastructure, and it is expected to grow annually at the rate of 5.9%, and it is expected to grow annually at the rate of 5.9%, and it is the plan to regulate and increase the private. Now due to this there is some competition is also there, because everybody wants to earn nothing thing. If we government float one tender for the to prepare the make the construction or the road or the bridges for one place to another, there are 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 contractors, and they are the competitor of the each other. In the past decade, in last 10 years, the road network grown by 60%. In the last 10 years, the road network is increased by 60%, in the expanding from 91,287 kilometer. In 2014, it was 91,91287 kilometer in 2014, and now in the 2024 it is 1,26 kilometer 195 1,26,195 kilometer is in 2024. Also, government is developing the high speed corridor. High speed corridors are also developing by the government, like from Surat to Pune, I think, there is a highway in Ahmedabad to Pune, and there are so many now in the UP also. The special highways are there. They charge there is no in between. You cannot stay in between. As you enter the road, you will out from the one city to the another. You can go with the fastest speed. They put the jalis, so nobody cross you. No crossing is there, so there is no possibility of any accident or something if you go with the high speeds. So these are called the high speed corridors. It was 93 kilometer, and they are nowadays it is 2,047,474. From 93 kilometer to they made it 2,474 kilometers. The road and highway market is of 152.16 billion USD dollar in 2024. 2024 it was 152.16 billion dollar, and it is expected to 266.6 billion dollar in 2030. So you can imagine how people are. It is likely to be double by 2030, means 152 to 266 with a CARG, means compound annual growth rate. Compound annual growth rate is 9.63% for this thing for the road. The study infrastructure for transport in metropolitan city is necessary to manage the increasing population. As we study in the BTech, there is a migration or urbanization of the cities. The peoples are coming from the small towns, small villages in the big city for their education, for their service, for their business purpose, and they stay in the same. So the population of the metro is going on increasing. There are so many people from the Bihar, in the Maharashtra as well as in the MP, like this. The peoples are coming also from the nearby town. So many students are coming. You can see in the Indore, it is an education hub. The students are coming from the nearby town and villages. So the population, floating population, it is called the floating population. They are not the resident of this city, Indore. They are from the outside. So the floating population in some city, it is 25%, up to the 25%. So it is a very big challenge for that city to survive, because the things and facilities were developed for the assuming the population of the city. Some means suppose the population of Indore, it is 30 lakhs, 35 lakhs, but if you count the including the floating, it is 50 lakhs about. So because of there is a big challenge to accommodate this housing challenge, then water supply challenge, the drainage, that road transport, everything is short. So it is necessary to manage the increasing population and migration. In 2017, demand for public business was around 3.74 lakhs, while only 1 lakhs buses were running. Instead of 3.74 lakhs, the only 1 lakh buses were. So you are seeing, you are observing that the peoples are very, means buses are full. They are taking the double passenger apart from their capacity. Trains also the same thing. And nowadays in the flight, the same thing is there. The rush is same, though they are not carrying the overloaded because it is not possible, but the rush is there. You are not get the ticket easily. Even suburban rail transport is available in the major part of the city. Still buses are required, means suburban rail are available like the nowadays in the metro and in the Mumbai it was the local trains, in the Calcutta trams, and still the buses are required in the to transport the people from. So many rush is there, means it is very rush in the transportation area. In the one research by the Tata Institution of Social Science, he found that the 77% of the road space was occupied by the private vehicle. 77% of the road space was occupied by the private vehicle. That leads to the conjunction. Means the, as you see, in the our small this thing we are, if you observe in the Indore, then the buses for the nearby like Ujjain, Manpur, Badwani, Khargon, they are Mahu, they are rushed like anything, and then the competition is so much. So the accidents rate is, they are very much because of the competition, and the so many buses are, everybody wants to put his bus. So in 2021, 64.5% of the goods in the India were moved through the country's road network. In 2021 means just before the 3 year, the maximum things were transported by the road area. So many trucks are there. If we see, so that if we go somewhere, if there is some accident or something, within a minute or within a 10 minutes, 20 minutes, there is a very big line of the trucks, buses and the cars are there and creating the jam. Means the 90% of the goods is transported by the road. In the Delhi, there was a blue line buses they called service, and in Mumbai it is best, and in Indore it is by the name by the Atal bus transport, are some example of the bus transportation privatization. In the Delhi it is called the blue line, in the Mumbai it is best, and in the Indore MP it is Atal bus transport services. They are doing the well. So though the privatization fulfilling the requirement of the increased population, though the privatization is fulfilling the requirement of the increased population, but due to the competition among these private players, as I told you, there is a competition. Everybody wants to earn the profit. It is a most profitable business. So due to the competition, there are incidents of the rash driving. There are the incident of the rash driving, RASH, rash driving frequently, and frequent violation of the norms. They are breaking the signals, they are not following the rules, they are stopping the bus anywhere. If a passenger raise his hand, everywhere they can, without any, there is a no stop, but they stop anywhere. So it is the cause of the accident. Also the timings are irregular. Due to this thing, the timings are irregular. There is no at this time the bus will go. They don't bother, as they get the means passenger, they start. They don't bother about the timings. Also costs are increasing because the government, there is a fixed rate, but in the private they are doing like anything. Means at the time of the Deepavali festival or some other festival, so many students are there. They wants to come back to their home for this celebrating this festival from Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai. There are so many. So the rush is there. So they increase their bus ticket like anything 3 times. Means if it is 1500, at that time they charge 45,000 about, like the air ticket. So because the public is suffering. Sometimes these buses are also called as the killer buses in the Mumbai. In the Mumbai, they are having the 3,900 buses in the just this time. This area, this field is encouraging by the World Bank. They are providing the loans. World Bank is providing the loans to the country to increase this facility of the transportation. Now there are government are giving opening some schemes like UDAN, UDAN, UDAN. This is the regional connective scheme. UDAN is the regional connective scheme. It is called Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. UDAN means Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik, launched in 2016 to further promote the regional connectivity. As we are hearing that from the Indore there are flights for the Jabalpur, for the Bhopal, means for the nearby area. Apart from the away area like Mumbai or Delhi, they are under this UDAN, they are connecting the small flights for the nearby area. These initiatives aims to make air travel affordable and accessible for the common citizen. These are a scheme to make the travel affordable and accessible for the common citizen while boosting the economic development. By this, the economic development of that place will definitely boost. Then there is a very common one scheme is the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. Previously, the main roads were constructed by the government looking for the facility of the city people, because they were aware and literate peoples in the big city. But the Atal Bihari Vajpayee, our Prime Minister, they charge 1 rupee tax on the petrol and diesel, and that tax is used for the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. Means this fund is used for to connect the small villages from one village to another village. So now if you go in the rural area, you will find that there are very good roads available under this scheme, the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. Now the next your topic in this unit is the government initiative in the infrastructure. Government's initiatives in the infrastructure. The government has launched the NIP, National Infrastructure Pipeline. NIP means a program that invests in the roads, railway, energy and urban development. The NIP invests in the roads, railways, energy. Now the solar energy is very much popular in nowadays. So in the energy area and for the urban development, this NIP works, and this combined with the other initiatives such as Make in India. Nowadays, the Make in India is also one of the big scheme from our Prime Minister Modi ji, Make in India. PLI scheme is called the Production Linked Incentive. Production Linked Incentive Scheme. Like incentive means the same, the subsidies are there. If you take the solar plant, if it is at 2 lakhs, so government will charge you 1,25,000 only, and the 75,000 is the subsidy to promote the solar energy, because the solar energy is free, and in the other energy you require the so many means in the dams are required for the hydro power, for the thermal power it requires the coal. So there is a shortage of these things. So now the government is promoting the thermal power. So they are giving the subsidy. I think in the last semester we study about the subsidy. There are different type of subsidies were there we study in the last semester. Then some of the government infrastructure projects include the Bharat Mata Pariyojana, Narmada Valley Development Project. Narmada Valley Development Project is doing very well. They are developing the Narmada valleys and giving the water. The Narmada water is now in the supply is in so many cities. In the Indore, Bhopal, Ujjain, Devas, like this, they are doing this development. So it includes the Bharat Mata Pariyojana, Narmada Valley Development Project. Then latest, the Chinar River Railway Bridge. It is constructed a very miracle. It is they took the 300 height of the pillar of that bridge is 300 feet. If anybody have a chance to go, he should see the technically it is a very good thing for the civil engineering, for the structure people. So Chenab River Railway Bridge. Then the Delhi Metro is also one of the very good thing, because now in the Delhi there were the problem in the road transportation. To go for 20 kilometer it took sometimes 2 hours, and sometimes it is maybe more than that. But by the train, by the metro, it is possible within the 5 or 10 minutes, because there is no problem of any jams or like the road. So the metro is also one of these are the initiative by our government. Then the Mumbai Trans Harbour is one of the initiative of our government. Then inland waterways development projects. Also the Navi Mumbai International projects and Zojila and more tunnel. Zojila tunnel is one of the initiative by the government to reach on the hill area. It was took the big time, but due to this tunnel, now our army and these things, they are very beneficial for the army. They can reach there on the high hills, their station in any season, because in the winter there was the road were blocked due to the ice. So they make the distance is very short because of these tunnels. There is one more. This is the PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan, Gati Shakti. So Gati Shakti, they are creating the department to make the development fast. As the name suggests, it is the Gati Shakti. The people, intelligent people and some transfer to that area, this department, to make the progress very fast. So sometimes the project were delayed in the general department because of there is some problem of the acquisition of the land, some other problems were there. But these department, they are specially look such type of projects which are delaying. they transfer, general department is transfer this project to the Gati Shakti office, and they are doing very fast for these projects. So these Gati Shakti were launched in 2021. The aim is to improve the connectivity between the people and good services, for the people and good services. Class है हो बेटो. The main object is to reduce the travel time and improve the efficiency. It means to reduce the travel time as well as improve the efficiency. The trains were running with the speed of 80 kilometers in the previous day. Now they are traveling it with the 122, even somewhere 160 kilometers per hour. So under this department they are doing, so it is the time is reducing, as well as you can run the more number of trains, because you will go from one place to another place very fast. So the due to the reduction of the time, you will get the track free, so you can increase the number of trains. Then these also aims and ensure the integrated planning and implementation of the infrastructure project with focus on, as I already told you, they are focusing on this infrastructure development because their aims is this. Now the Bharat Mala Pariyojana is one of the department. This is dedicated to the foreign corridor. This also aims to improve the national highway network, and this is launched under the Ministry of Road Transport, Bharat Mala Pariyojana. This program contribute to the transfer freight like special railway lines. As I told you, they laying some special in the, if the coal mines are there, they lay the special line for the, if some special things are available in some particular area, they lay the special line to transport that special thing from one area to those area. They give the convenience of the rail, and for the goods train for the army and other industrial area also, as well as for the army and other industrial area. This Pariyojana aims about 26,000 kilometer length of economic corridors. 26,000 kilometer of the economic corridor, which along with the golden quadrilateral, as you heard the name, the golden quadrilateral is the road around all over the India, in the east-west and north-south or east-west corridor is there. Then there is one more Pariyojana is called the Sagar Mala. Sagar Mala Pariyojana is expected to carry majority of freight traffic. Under this scheme, the ministry produce financial assistance to state government for port infrastructure. As the name is itself is explains, Sagar Mala. Sagar means the sea, the Sagar Mala. So this scheme, the government provide the financial assistance to the state government for port infrastructure projects, along with the road and rail, because going to up to the port, it requires the road and rail also. These are for the coastal areas. Now your last and next topic of this module is the initiatives in the 5-year plan. Initiative in the 5-year plan. Government always make the 5-year plan for the development. They allot the fund for the 5-year. Every year they make the budget for the development of the country for the 5 years, because after every 5 years we have the election. So when the new government come in, they plan the budget for the next 5 years. In the 11th plan strategy involved and increased the investment in the infrastructure through both the public and private sector. In the private sector, the strategy is to promote the investment directly where feasible, or through some form of public-private partnership, as we already discussed, the PPP. So under the interim budget of 2024-25, India's infrastructure is set for the robust growth, means high growth, with planned investment US dollar of 1.5 trillion in 2025. The government NIP program aims to channel these things, as we already discussed the NIP. So 1.4 trillion dollar in the 2025, significant and urban development for this thing they kept on the project like the energy, road and railway. These investments for the road, railway and energy. Now the strategies for the infrastructure are: an infrastructure strategy must outline how a council intended to manage its infrastructure assets regarding when assets need to be renewed or replaced. Okay, sometimes the project is become old and sometimes it requires the increase, means somewhere the bridge were 2-lane bridge or the road was 2-lane, now it requires the 4-lane roads or 6-lane road, like this. So infrastructure must outline how a council intended to manage its infrastructure assets regarding when assets need to be renewed or replaced, funding options and other matters such as need to improve the health or environmental outcomes and to manage the risk from natural hazard. They also covered the risk from the natural hazards also. The government economic policy focused on privatization and liberalization of the economic were based on this framework. So India's foreign direct investment policies are also there. Allow the more foreign investment in the several industrial area, including the defense and railway. Now they include the railway and defense also in the private. Previously the government were deal with this department, but nowadays they include the railway and defense area also for the private. They are doing for the and creating the policies to eliminate the price control, deregulating the capital market, lowering the trade barriers and reducing these things, especially through the private, reducing the charge by the privatization. The one of the, as we already discussed, the Make in India scheme is also strategy for by the government, Make in India. Now so many countries are they are coming in the India, and the things we write on the finished product, that it is the Make in India. So Make in India, Apple phone is now started under this scheme. Also the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, which is also one of the strategy for the by the Indian governments for the Clean India mission in the country. They are making the high campaign to initiate this project, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Then Niti Aayog, the National Institute for the Transforming India, Niti Aayog, NITI, National Institute for Transforming India, in keeping with these changing times, commission as means to better serve to needs and aspiration of the people, to better service and aspiring the people. They are paying the special attention to our society, section of our society that may be at risk of not benefiting the educate from economic. There are so many schemes, the people of the village are not aware of this. So Niti Aayog is doing to make aware those people for these government programs. It prioritizes the need of people, protecting in policy making and development, encouraging the public participation in this policy. They are encouraging the public by making the awareness, doing the awareness of this public, and by those empowering the communities and individual. Due to this, the community is empowered, and individual is also getting the, so ensuring that everyone feels valued. So everyone should feel valued, otherwise the some class where backward class or some poor people were neglected, so now they are doing for the include those people, said that they should not feel the undervalued, so they are including those peoples also, working toward the equality of opportunity and custom. They are working towards the equality, they are making the equal and opportunity of the customs. So I think this finishes your module number 1. So in the next Tuesday we'll study the infrastructure planning and implementation.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.